And my first guest in studio with me is Mr. Boo Linton. He is the president of GDTK Incorporated. GDTK is their stock symbol. Boo, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Don.
Now, you just got back from China. Last time I saw you, we were saying bon voyage, and here you're back, so we need to get a report on how that went for you.
Yeah, well, it was a fantastic trip. The conference was very informative, and it also gave me the opportunity to talk about the waste heat to electricity technology. They put me in the grid section, the electricity grid, and it had a lot of good questions. I was able to answer them for people. And also, not only at the conference, but en route to the conference, I had a overnight stay in Korea in Incheon, just outside of Seoul. So it was a good opportunity for me to meet with one of our business contacts there. And it's worked out really well. In fact, we've started some discussions of a new solar project out here in California, so we're looking to pursue that right immediately.
Now, there's been a lot of talk about how a lot of the problems in China have to do with their reliance on coal and various other ways of using energy. But you came away from China with a new experience. You found that they're really interested in green and clean technology.
Yeah, I was going from the hotel on the way to the conference. You know, my impression of China was that everything was grossly polluting, tailpipes pumping out smoke and this sort of thing. But this city of Dalian was very modern. Lots of new cars, extremely clean. You didn't have a lot of, it's not like in India where you see a rickshaw billowing out smoke. And in the cab next to me, I see a brand new clean burning city bus that was a demo bus. And I realized that China is not what we perceive it as being this gross polluter. Yes, it may be, but they are really on a mission to make it better. And they're very organized and structured in how they're going to do it. And I had the opportunity to meet with, she's a professor at the Dalian University and also a businesswoman in clean energy. And she was very interested in what we're doing and believes that Dalian could be the city that would possibly be the one to first deploy our technology, because they're a leader. They're kind of sit at a peninsula right there at the Yellow Sea, kind of like how Miami looks on a map to Florida. So fortunately, they get wind, and it helps to keep the city clean. But for the most part, it's a modern city. When you're there, it looks like any Western European city or a modern U.S. city. Streets are clean. The air, for the most part, is pretty clean, and but they want to make sure that it gets better and better as time goes by.
Now, I know you were one of the main speakers at this conference. How did the conference attendees seem to react to what you had to say?
They were very interested because it's something that they hadn't necessarily heard of. I wouldn't really say that I was a main speaker. Actually, for the most part, it was a lot of PhDs. It was mostly academics. Everybody there was a doctor. And I'd point out I'm just a mister, but I at least have some doctors and people that have taught me things in my lifetime to be able to explain it to people in layman's terms. So anyway, it was very well received. So it was a positive experience, and they've invited us back next year. So I guess that's a good sign.
So you did well.
Yeah.
Now, just before we went on the air, you mentioned a pretty big piece of news. Why don't you bring us up to date?
Yes, we have an update. We have the rights for North America for the ultrasonic cascade reactor. That's the device that sterilizes liquid waste, medical wastes, leachates, which run off of landfills. So the person that assigned us those rights, StarTech Steriwave, which StarTech GDTK is the funder of our technology as well. So they just informed us that cascade reactor is going to be completed on Tuesday, and in approximately 10 to 20 days, it's going to be shipped to the U.S. So then it's going to be upon us to get it out at one of our landfill locations and get it into an operating situation where if everything goes right like we expect, then we should be able to generate sales for the device.
But when you get that thing in place and you, as you say, fire it up, we'll have to get some video of that and put it on the show. Once again, GDTK Incorporated is the name of the company. GDTK is their stock symbol. Boo Linton, thanks so much. Great update.
Always a pleasure, Don.
Take care.